Do your actions speak louder than your words? Some might say yes, others might say it depends, or even respond no. I think it is safe to assume that we have all probably heard this statement before. But is that really all there is to the words we speak? They have no power? After all, survey shows that more than 70% of our communication is nonverbal, right? So then, does what we say even matter? Does the words we speak every day hold value? Hi, friends. This is Kate A. Coca Daisy, and I thank God for you. I thank you for lending a listening ear today. Today, I want you to start listening to your own words. Don't just listen for sound bites, rather, listen for depth and meaning. So, over this weekend, I was part of a training session at our church on healing from generational curses. It was a very good training. One topic kept coming up in my heart: the words spoken over us in our families of origin, our food, in our circles, our communities or cultures of origin, what I call our coup, through the generations, spoken over us over again. There was once a man who saw a vision. The vision was so terrifying that he was left very weak, very pale, and helpless. So helpless he fell into a deep sleep. And while he was asleep, he was touched by this other man in his dream that he felt a trembling, and he was told to consider what he spoke carefully and stand up. The man in his vision was sent to him in response to what he had set in his heart and mind to do. The man I am talking about is Daniel, and you can read more from Daniel chapter 10. God's sentiment towards Daniel was a response to what Daniel had said in his heart, and it started with the words he spoke in his heart and mind. This was God's response, in which Daniel was to listen carefully. God said, and I read, "Do not be afraid, Daniel, since the first day that you set your mind to gain understanding and to humble yourself before your God. Your words were heard, and I have come in response to them." Whenever we say something, there's a response. Jesus quoted this about words a few times during his ministry. For the mouth speaks what the heart is full of. And I put it this way: the mouth speaks what the heart has conceived and the mind has perceived. Whatever you say, there's a response. Words, they come before actions, and we see it in Daniel's case. He made up his mind and started using his words in his heart, and God heard those words and showed up. If you had the right words in your heart and mind, but suddenly you failed at something and your actions did not match your words, would you want to be perceived solely based on your actions? Or would you want your intentions, your words hidden in your heart and mind, to be considered also? Words, they start in the heart. The mind picks them up and makes meaning out of it. I love how Paul always greeted the brothers and sisters he wrote to. For example, he said, "I thank my God every time I think of you, every time I pray for you." The warmth of such thoughts. You can change your world by changing your words. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. These are powerful reminders, but how often do we pause to focus on what we say? The words we speak every day is either blessing someone or cursing someone. And in Colossians chapter 4, verse 6, we are reminded of that we should let our conversations always be full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that anyone that we meet, we can answer them well. I'm not talking about not using swear or curse words. It is more than that, friends. The words we speak include things like, it is the thoughts we have about others. It is the prayers we offer up and don't. It is the silent judgment we think about others. It is all from our hearts. What if, instead of doing a lot of hearing with our ears, we started hearing with our ears, listening with our hearts? And before we do, we pause within our minds and have a 5-second pause. We live in a time now where words matter and words are speaking louder and louder than actions. Because we don't see each other as much. All we do is texting, phone calls, DMing, social media, emojis. You can probably add a few more. So today, just for today, like Daniel, whose words from his heart were heard by God. Or like Paul, whose greetings always refreshed his readers. And like Jesus, who spoke from his heart and listened with his heart. I want us to be different. I want us to be different in this generation. I want us to have depth and meaning. I want us to consider carefully the words we speak. So 1, speak your words from your heart. Your mouth speaks what your heart has conceived and your mind has perceived. 2, listen from your heart with the intent to understand. What you see is only part of the story, not the whole story. And 3, practice a 5-second pause within your mind to allow yourself make meaning of what you have heard and listened to. Hearing is biological. Listening is spiritual and psychological. Actions are simply the results of a person's words. Words conceived in their hearts and intentions and perceptions developed from them. So, before the action, let's remember there were words that were spoken in the heart. Wow. I had some aha moments writing this message, which is now being spoken to you. And I pray that it has blessed you as you go about your week. And I hope to hear from you soon. So wherever you're watching this, do me a favor. I want you to subscribe, like, comment, pass it on, share, and let's spread this message and heal hearts around the world. This is Kate, your Chief Joy Activator. And until next time, I really, really want you to be mindful of your words. May God's goodness and mercy follow you always. I love you. Bye.